In this final introductory lesson to futures trading, we will cover closing simple long or short positions, as well as rolling positions from one contract month to another. This lesson will teach you how to create spreads for futures, and we will cover setting up calendar spreads to trade or monitor. Finally, we will also introduce you to IB's SpreadTrader, which allows more active traders to configure a matrix of calendar spreads to help monitor a variety of markets and to easily trade into or out of futures positions across available maturities. Let's start with closing a long or short position. Click on the futures contract from your monitor window or load the ticker symbol in the order entry panel. You will easily see that your position size is conveniently displayed alongside the quote and above the quantity input field. To close a long position, click the Sell button and click the Quantity field. You may choose the position from the wand if you prefer to close the entire order at once, and then simply decide what order type you want to use to close the position. Select the time in force, and when you have verified your inputs, you're ready to send the order to the exchange by clicking on the Submit button. Click Transmit on the order preview ticket. The working order will appear in the Order tab in the Activity window. To close short positions, start by clicking on the Buy button in the order entry panel and follow the same procedure to close the position. Heading into futures expiration, some traders may wish to maintain exposure to their positions. If that is the case, you will need to roll from one month to the next. For example, you may be long of December expiration corn contracts, but decide to roll out to the March future as expiration approaches. In order to do this in TWS, you must first set up a generic combination order. We will do this in the line below the December quote and position line. Enter the ticker for corn, ZC, but rather than making the selection for futures, hover your cursor over the combinations expansion line and select Futures Spreads Smart. This choice pops up the combo selection tool populated for the ZC corn futures contract and defaulting to calendar spreads in the strategy drop-down menu. Looking to the left of this tool, use the front selection list to locate the month that you have a position in. Note that you can review more expiration months by using the scroll bar to the right of the months listed. Here, I will click on the December expiration. There are two ways to drill down to the desired calendar spread. You may either locate it from the expirations listed below in the back month box, or you can select from the duration box below. If you recall, we said we wanted to roll this position from December to March, which is a 3-month gap. Having selected the front December contract, if I now select 3 months from the duration list, the single December-March calendar spread will appear in the combination window. It is very important to note the convention TWS uses to treat these spreads. In the strategy column, you will see the spread's design. The convention for the calendar spread involves the sale of the front month and the simultaneous purchase of the back month. This method assumes that an investor is rolling from a long nearby month into a deferred contract month, requiring a sale of a nearby expiration and purchase of the further month. And so, if you are long and want to roll a futures position, setting up a buy trade for a calendar spread will correctly roll your position. For short positions, an order to sell the calendar spread will create a purchase of the nearby contract and simultaneous sale of the deferred contract month. Clicking on the line will then allow you to add it to your Mosaic monitor. You may also see the message now appearing on the screen. If you know your contract codes for calendar expiration months, you can quickly enter spreads into the monitor panel instead of navigating the combo selection tool. Clicking on the Ask button will create an order to sell December and buy March contracts. Usually, contracts with later expiration dates are more expensive than nearby ones. In this case, the quote for the spread will display positive values and the trade will involve a debit or a cost to the investor. Logically, the investor is paying a higher price for the FAR contract to move the position from the less expensive front month. Click on the Advanced button to view the order preview window and note the red D for debit listed on the ticket to confirm this. There may be occasions when you'll see a green C for credit listed. This will happen under two circumstances. When the contract price for the deferred contract is less than the price of the nearby contract. When the investor is rolling a short position and is buying the less costly contract, and selling the FAR, the more expensive contract. This can be shown by reversing this order from buy to sell. Click the Advanced button and select Check Margin. Follow the on-screen explanation of the mechanics of this trade, noting the green C for credit. Notice also that the price quote doesn't change from positive to negative. It stays the same. Let's submit the original order. Click Transmit from the Order Preview window to add this to the Order tab on the Activity window. You may add spreads to your monitor or create a new watch list to do so. Here, I have entered several spreads to monitor, and you will see when I click on each, the chart populates to display the price value of the spread. This helps investors track spread performance easily over time. For those traders wanting to monitor multiple calendar spreads across a certain futures contract, the SpreadTrader is a convenient tool. From the blue New Window button to the top left of Mosaic, locate the More Advanced Tools expansion menu and find SpreadTrader. Click to open the software and you will notice tabs across the top of the tool. This allows you to follow spreads across multiple markets. Enter the underlying ticker symbol for the futures contract you wish to create spread matrix for. Select the desired futures exchange. This will open a futures spreads configuration box. To the left, you will again see display panels containing front and back expiration months and a duration panel. Notice the number of available months is displayed to the right of the words front and back. The number to the left will change as you increase or decrease the fields to display in the matrix. The matrix will display the selected front contracts along the top and the back contracts down the side. Let's highlight only the front contract to start with and then take all available expirations for 2018. Note the strategies listed to the front indicating short 1 for the front and long 1 for the back with respect to buy and sell for each strategy. The number of months spanning the spread is listed under the duration. Click Finish and you will see that price quotes for the selected expirations are displayed in the quote panel. Lower down the page you will see the matrix with bid and ask prices as well as volumes for each. In this example, we have only the front contract displayed across the top row with its spread prices relative to deferred expirations listed in the left column. You can easily see spread values for this contract versus March, May, July and so on as listed down the side. Use the Future Wizard across the top of the tool to change the selection of included spreads. This time I will add the second 2 front contracts in order to display spreads for these contracts versus the remaining deferred expirations. As I add the second front contract, you will see the available spreads added as strategies in the dialog box. Watch what happens as I add the third front contract. As you can return to the Futures Wizard at any time to add or remove spreads over time. Click Finish to close the wizard and return to SpreadTrader. Now you will see across the top row the desired selection of contracts you are spreading against. Notice to the right there is a slider to help you enlarge or reduce the viewing area. Clicking on Spread Bid or Ask Values will create orders on the Orders tab above the matrix view. From there you can adjust action quantity, time in force, order type, and price. When you are satisfied with your order, click Transmit to create that order preview, and then you can submit your order to the exchange. If you wish to remove unwanted orders from this area, click right and select Cancel. You will see tabs to the right of the Order tab for a log of order entry and trade revisions, as well as completed trades, and a tab of related portfolio positions. Having watched this lesson, you should now know how to close open futures positions, as well as how to create orders to spread contracts between months. For investors monitoring and trading the shape of the futures curve for a specific product, the advanced SpreadTrader tool allows you to custom build spreads and is a useful tool for monitoring the market. Having watched this course, you should now have a good understanding of where much of the information you will need to trade futures is located within TWS. You should now know where to find data points to add to your TWS display specific to the futures markets. You should understand tick movements, how to calculate profit and loss for a trade, dealing with position opening and closing, and how to roll a futures position. You should also be able to locate exchange and contract information. Don't forget to take the accompanying quiz, view additional links and study notes, and lastly, take the final test.